Hello, my dear students. This is Arun, uh, a computer science lecturer in Vidyaniketan College. First of all, I would like to give some guidelines, or you can take it as advice. So, what is most important is now you are is a transition period. So, you're transforming from school days or school environment to the college environment. Definitely, there is going to be a drastic change. So, what you think in school days, how you did, what you did, and how you secure the marks, how uh, the approach, I think you have to change a lot. So, you do not cannot continue the same approaches what you are doing for last 3 years. So the year is going to be entirely a different. I'm not saying it is going to be a difficult. Definitely, it is going to be very interesting, very very because you also growing. So your brain also start thinking because it is accepting now many feedbacks, many things, and then you started functioning. That's how you're going to work in the another 2 years. So after that, you may go for your higher education. That's why before university, pre-university, we use the word pre-university. The meaning of before you getting to the university level, you should have some knowledge. So it's like a preparation for university level. Like if some of you going for engineering, some of you go for technical courses, some may be going for just a degree classes, and then you go for masters and you do competitive exam. There are many. There is no, it's not a single a stream where I can say you go and do this. So this is the only thing you are going to do. Though defining exactly what you are going to do at this juncture is quite difficult, because most of the time, what I have noticed, everyone comes to this institution want to be doctors only. So more than 150 students, around 200 students thinks all are going to be doctors, because their thoughts and the ideas are like that. So after one or two tests, so their ideas keep changing. And I know only 10, when five to 10 students may become doctors. So that's what I've seen past 20 years. And computers engineers and any other technical, 90% of the students will go for technical field. It's like engineering, civil engineering, any type of engineering courses, and another 10 to 20% go for pure science streams, like BSc. Some go for competitive exams, some KAS, and IAS. Some of them it's very rare, but still people are changing now. There are some, there are many streams, so no need to bother about that. That what is the future, and why I told these things means because some of you are forced to be in computer science. I think so. So what is more important? So you will be much happier once you complete your graduation. So after your engineering or wherever, whatever you complete, then you will realize, yes, computer science is really one of them. That's what changed my life. You may think like that, because even also I am forced to get into the computer science, but now I'm doing good in life. So that's what I'm saying. So that's what computer science don't. Those who take which is not willingly you accepted, don't worry. So your future is going to be bright. That's what I'm going to assure. So anyhow, that future is another 2 years. Let us see how it works for this academic. Already some of the academic is over. So this pandemic is creating a lot of problem for both of us. And definitely it's going to be much vulnerable, you people, the student and your college life, you are thinking about so much ambitions or so much imagination. I'm going for this college, I'm doing this and that. Unfortunately, so that has been, right now it's not possible like that. So maybe let us see another 1 or 2 months, we may back to, colleges. That's where we are going to learn the traditional way of, classes. Anyway. So first of all, what is more important in college environment means, normally what happens in college, the subject, like you took science, we have physics, we have a chemistry, we have a mathematics, and also we have a computer science. So each subject is as a important for all. Every subject has got equal importance. Even we have a commerce students, maybe like economics, we have a business studies, we have accountancy, we have a computer science, and also other languages. Kannada, English is of course there will be. Okay, but there is no difficult or easy subject. There is nothing, you say it's a difficult subject. But what we do, we thought we are forced. Everybody said, so this economics is going to be difficult, accountancy is going to be difficult, computer science is much difficult, or business studies is also very difficult. By putting the tag by your seniors, or maybe some other people, they don't understood means need not be. If you do not understood, and you cannot tag that one, this is a difficult one. For you, it may be difficult. For someone, it may be very easy. So how this difficult and easy comes means your approach, the acceptance. So you have to accept it's not difficult. I'll read. So if you're working hard, so it's not going to be difficult. So they say the lazy people will say always, this is difficult, this is easier, I can manage this. That is a pure example of a laziness. So if you are willing, so then no problem. Even it's difficult. How it is difficult? It will be, you'll ask what is the definition? What is there in difficulties? We are not asking something to write your own and bring that and sub you like, some PhD work you're doing. So what is there in the textbooks? We are going to explain every sentence, every paragraph of the textbooks, and we explain the programs, algorithms, and like if it is every phenomena is explained, like theorems, applications, everything is explained in English. So then just you have to listen. That is where you have to understand what exactly this paragraph is, what this sentence is. And once you understood, that's where the language plays a very important role. So when you are learning some science subjects means, we have to understand means the language is very important. First, you have to understand exactly what I am reading, what it's actually the author is conveying, what he wants to tell. That is where, if you understand according to his purpose, and the subject is going to be easy. So mathematics, say people are very difficult. I think every one of you feel mathematics is easier. If you go from the first class, from the beginning, first class, every day you do not miss, ask the questions, and every day you do some exercise problems and do worked examples. That's all. So that never going to be difficult at all. This is my personal experience, and also you ask any people who get good marks and who go with the flying colors we call, all will tell you the same thing. What they say. So I'll study that day itself. I'll make hard homework, and then I'll solve other problems, and then I'll keep discussing with the lecturers, concerned lecturers, and then that's how I get the knowledge. That is exactly true. There is no other method where you'll get this knowledge without reading textbooks, without going with the guidance of concerned lecturers. That is a very simple. So that is what we are asking to do. So then if it is so simple, sir, why people are not doing? You may ask question also. Just you practice now. So this is what I am saying. So do completely, everyone, each one of you do, and you will understand how many will follow, how many days you are going to work, as I said, how many days you. So those who remains unaltered for number of days, they become successful. So that's why the success rate is distributed, not as similar. Because as the days goes, today you will work everything, and tomorrow you may not work. So that is a major problem where I am not able to score. Next to me can score better marks. So somewhere in between I gave up. So that other person may not. So that is the difference. So this should be persistent. So you should not stop today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. No, it is an endless process. Every day you have to learn. This should be like habit. Every day, whenever, every day there are some certain rituals we follow. The same way studies should also be the same thing. And one more drawback of this online education is, so we are giving this online as given option of using mobiles. So at this age, no, definitely the mobiles are very dangerous. So very distractive and dangerous. We normally insist not to use mobiles during the earlier college, classes. But now what happens? We are insisting you must use mobiles. This is the very there is no other option. So we are forced to use this method. But each of you do not use mobile other than study purpose at this age. This is going to trouble. This is normally, it is not only troubling your academics, this makes your life much vulnerable if you are spending more time with the mobiles. That's a most important thing. If you want to be successful, the first thing is use mobiles and gadgets as less as possible. Then only you'll get it. Then only you'll have a success. And I'm not saying if I'm using mobile for everything and I'm not going to be successful. There's a way of using it. I don't want to elaborate. This is a big debate. I don't want to continue that one. Anyhow, what is my intention is you are entering into the college life. So when it is college life means, so you have something your own imagination, and with that imagination, you take this a compulsory things. This is like must to do, that is make a part of your academics for this 2 years. The first one is what is the most important things in academics to do well in academics. The most and simple is learn that day class that day itself and keep the assignments and assignment every day up to date. So suppose if I explain something in some chapters and you learn those things and try to answer those questions, and also check the exercise problems at the end of the chapter. Each chapter we have an exercise, 1 mark questions, how many can answer, you can answer, 2 marks, how many you can answer, 3 marks, how many you can ask, and what type of question is, and you are not understood, and you can ask also. So this is the logic, this is the basics. If you do this, so 70 to 80%, so you'll get distinction. That's all. So you want to score distinction marks means this is the basic. Learn the definitions, if there are derivations or application, advantages, disadvantages, or numericals, like any, this is the only things, reactions, or you take in each subject, it's different mathematical definitions, mathematical problems. Do that day itself. And discuss with the concerned lecturer if it is difficult tomorrow. And get clarified and take tomorrow's work, that date, day after tomorrow, that evening. And once in a week, again you check what have you done for the past 1 week and which are the topics you are getting confused, usually with the mathematics. There are some new concepts and you might find it very difficult. So those things again rewind, and you already known during that time, so after 1 week you may forget also. Let us go back to that one and try to learn that again. And that will be recollecting, that will be reminding, so that you will never forget those techniques, those ideas in the future. And remaining is same. So if it is a point, so remember, read. So that is how you have to recollect every once in a week, and then that will be much clearer. So take once in a week, whichever you found it difficult during the studies, that you have to repeat again. If it is difficult, read again, no problem. So this is the basics. If you do like this, I guarantee you will get 85%. Distinction is guaranteed. But you want to score more than 90% means I have to do, as I told you, have to take with in detail about the numericals, if it's a physics, chemistry, mathematics, score 100 out of 100, you have to put efforts. To score 85, just follow what we say. If you want to score 100 out of 100 means, then you have to put your own effort also. And how that will be, you will be understanding. But you have to be very serious with the studies. No other things, no distractions, no spending 5 minutes here and then learning something and talking with other brothers, sisters, and most of the time you are wasting and learning something online. It's going to be very difficult. Be serious. The problem is for you only. The trouble is for you, not for us. We are teaching, we are doing well, it's okay. But no, and also keep in mind, so I joined Vidyaniketan and everything is going to be all right. I'll get a distinction. No, yes, you are going to get distinction unless until if you don't do this. If you do this, that's definitely going to be distinct, because as I said, Vidyaniketana will not make miracles. I'm not going to change anything, but I can give you the platform so where you can change. Understood? I may guide you, I may be, giving a lot of ideas, so that you have to grab those ideas and we have to go within that frame. Then only you are able to score the distinction marks. So Vidyaniketana means I'm joined my Vidyaniketana. No, that will not, doesn't make, even Vidyaniketana, there are many students who have failed in the first PUC itself. That's what I'm saying. By joining Vidyaniketana, you cannot get marks. By joining Vidyaniketana, putting efforts together, that's very important. Together, you and me has to work together to get good marks. That's why at times saying your role, your response is more important. That, and also for, it's crucial for your life only. Therefore, so much importance for you only. Therefore, concentrate and try to work hard, and you'll see the differences. So, usually I would have given a lot of such advice when we normal regular classes. I would have spent 1 or 2 classes only for advices, and because it's online, I do not know, because you may get bored also. This kind of classes normally you don't like. If you're in front of me, you can't do, because some expressions might have shown also. I would have asked some questions. I would have clarified, this is the reason I'm talking this. But right now, I do not know. No, I cannot see in anyone. So therefore, just try to understand. This is the basics. I think only 10 or 20 students, definitely they'll follow what I'm saying. Okay, so we'll come to this academic computer science. So what are things we are going to learn in computers, and also in general, I think everyone studied computers, and also they know about something about what is computers, what is hardware, what is software, and what are input devices, which are output devices, and then what is a program, at least minimum, what is the algorithm, how computer can perform, what are the components in computers, and sometimes some of you seen different types of computers, evolution of computers, and then introduction to the programming language. Now you are using apps, applications, mobile app we are using. That's nothing but a computer program only. And one more thing I have to say, so it's working means you're a computer science engineer, means you are working for designing mobiles. There are many computer engineers who are working in a, like Samsung company, any companies, there are many engineers. They are all CS, computer science engineers only. That's why I'm saying, see every year we are getting advanced technology. So we have S9 plus, we have S10, S10 plus, and then we have S11, S20, S20 plus. It goes on like this. So see this, how this change is taking place means because of people like you who are going to join, and they work, and it comes with the innovative ideas. That is what computer science. So don't think computer science means I learn only this, it's used in schools, colleges, in software company. In every field of every walk of life, we use computers, but you should be able to, you should have an ability to go there, and then you will have a wonderful life. So don't regret I took computer science and I don't have future. So that's only, some person who is very lazy can talk like this. I don't have a future in computer science. Definitely, if you're innovative and you can capable of thinking innovatively, definitely you are the next next level of engineers in the industries. So therefore, take computer science, study well, and it's very simple, also very interesting, and you will enjoy computer science, because what we try to do means we try to imitate humans. So what machines do, what I'm doing, so I'm asking machine to do like this. So that is what programming. So you should know how to do, then computer science becomes easier. If you don't know how to do, then this life is also difficult, and in field of computer science is also going to be very difficult. Anyhow, that's what we are going to learning in this academic. So we are learning as a introduction to computers, like let me show you with exact content. So, and then we'll learn chapter wise, one by one. I think ma'am also started something. Okay. First we have fundamentals of computers. So you can see the fundamentals of computers. In the fundamentals of computers, we have introduction, that is the functional components. I think everyone is, so input unit, output unit, CPU, central processing unit, so on, memory unit, all we will be discussing. I think you are familiar with these things. And then we have evolution of computers, how computers evolved. So like earlier, starting from abacus, today's supercomputers, how these computers have been evolution. So, and then we have a generation of computers. We have first generation, second generation, fourth generation. Now we are in the fifth generation of computers. And then we have a classification of computers. What are the different types of personal computers, mainframe computers? There are different like classification based on the usage, based on the system performance. We may have a difference, and also application, where and all use computers. So this is what the unit A we are going to learn. So in first unit we are learning like the whole concepts, like what is computers, how components of computers are connected, what is the evolution, which are the components used in different generation of computers, and then what's the classification, how do you classify different personal computers, mainframe computers, supercomputers, hybrid computers, all we are going to discuss. And where and all we use the computers. That's what you can expect from the introduction to the computers. That's what we are doing. The next chapter, we are learning about the input-output devices. I think this also you are very familiar with what are the input devices and what are the output devices and memory devices. Introduction to input devices, the basic, obviously we have a keyboard, and then we have a mouse, and we have a joystick. So these are all additionals, so which are less commonly you have known. And OMR, optical mark reader, optical character recognizer, magnetic ink character recognizer, all we learn. So introduction to output devices, most commonly known output devices, monitors, printers, speaker, and memory devices. So we have a primary memory, secondary memory, cache memory. We learn all these things in detail. So when you complete this academic, you are able to understand how this is, again, the components which we are maybe input device, all physical, like hardware we are discussing. The keyboard, simple, mouse, everyone knows, monitor, everyone knows, speaker knows, and then we have memory devices which we have not known. Secondary memory, pen drive, you may be knowing. The primary memory, RAM and ROM, will discuss all those things. Cache memory, we'll learn all those. So this is something about the other unit which we are discussing. Next, it comes to data representation. What does this data representation means? So how the numbers are represented. So we are using number systems. Of course, in real life, we are using a decimal number system. And this is, we are using a binary number system. So the computers, or a digital computer, means it's an electrical and electronic component put together to perform any operation required by the users. So therefore, there are some devices which works with the two states. That's a bistable device. That's why it's called digital. So 0 and 1. So it works with only two states, high state and low state. Most of the electronic components in computers work. So therefore, we need binary number system. So we are learning binary number system, and we'll be learning decimal number system, and convert to decimal to binary, because everything what we are talking and everything will be in the form of zeros and ones. That's why we have to learn about a binary number system. And other number system, we have an octal number system, hexadecimal number system. And why other number systems are required means to conversion, to make the larger number decimal to binary much easier. We use octal and hexadecimal number system, that you'll be understanding when. And also we are learning how to represent a sign with sign representation, sign and magnitude representation. We have ones complement, twos complement, and addition. How computers can perform binary addition, and how computers can perform subtraction, addition, subtraction, and using ones complement and twos complement, you'll understand. And also what are the computer codes, how codes are needed. Like we have ASCII code, which sometimes you are familiar with, and EBCDIC code. We'll learn about all this. These are all word BCD, XS3 code we are not using, EBCDIC and ASCII code. I think you'll understand. This are all like related to computers. This data representation, how data like 0, 1, whatever it is in the form of data. That how do you represent? We will understand. You will understand once these things are completed. So next comes to the software. So when you're having all this data representation, how they function. So we have to write the software. We have to write the programs. So that is what the software. There are some softwares, automatically computer helps you to do it. So I think most of you are familiar with system software. System software makes the system to ready so that you can use it. So, and also we have application softwares that we learn later on, like C++ is also an application software, or many other things where you'll be learning application softwares. So introduction to operating system is one of the most important system software we're learning, and functions of operating system, types of operating system, and functional features of commonly used operating system. The entire thing we are going to learn, and also we are learning many things like language translators, compilers, interpreters, and all the system, most of the system software we are discussing in this academic. So, okay, next we'll come to the problem solving technique. So how do we solve problems using computers? So to solve problems using computer means we have to, the problem has to be defined. I think now you may not be understanding anything. Like how do you, I want to develop software, how do you develop software? So first I have to listen to the problem. What is the problem? Then I have to analyze. Can I write the solution for this or not? After analyzing, yes, I can come up with a solution. So that is how designing solution using algorithm and flowchart. Once algorithm and flowcharts are completed, we are writing programs. And also we test, debug whether the program is working correctly. If it is not correcting, removing the bugs is called debugging. You'll understand everything, and document and maintenance, that will be future. So once I start these classes, you may be maybe easy to understand. Right now, whatever I'm saying may not be anyhow. Just to I'll give it just a abstract view of the what exactly you are going to study. And then we have a characteristics of good programs, and like we have programming constant, sequence, selection, iteration, and also types of problem solving techniques, types of errors. So we learn all those things, and then we have a C++ programming like object-oriented programming. Like we have different types of programming techniques like procedural programming, structural programming, object-oriented programming. That is the OOPS we are discussing. That's the classes, the features of this object-oriented programming and advantages and applications. And we take case study as C++. C++ is a object-oriented programming, and we learn everything about C++ in detail. So, and also these are all data types and input output. We'll understand everything. So this is what we are learning. C++, and then till structures we learn. So after this we go for a word processing. It is not there, and we are learning like Excel spreadsheet, we'll be learning basic operations, and it's also simple. There's a practical we do, and also we do web designing. So web designing means how to create web page. Just introduction, like basic tags, how the web page is created, what are the tags used. We'll be learning simple things. That's a practical session, and also we have C++ programs for practicals. So this is what you are going to learn this academic, that is for the first year, and maybe let us see which other topic may be condensed or maybe reduced. I don't know exactly, but we'll let you know. So whatever we teach, it's always advisable to follow every classes and write that day, work that day itself. I think ma'am started the number system. I'll start my class from the, I'll maybe starting with, okay, you got an idea what is the computers were, something evolution of computers. I don't want starting few classes boring. So I'll take this software concept. It's also sometimes not interesting. We'll go with the introduction to problem solving. That's a problem solving methodology. So I'll start with these chapters in the next class. I think this class I just give you the abstract view of the entire syllabus which we are going to discuss. As I repeated many times, the most important is your response, and you have to read each and every subject seriously, take up seriously, and you don't, it's already you're in terrible scenario. It's very difficult situation, so don't waste your time. So try to learn. I hope I welcome you to Vidyaniketan family, and I wish a great future ahead for you. That's what we work for every year. So I hope you also have a better future. Okay, we'll continue in the next class. Thank you.